Hello, everyone, and welcome to our class on phrasal verbs. We're joined by some people from around the world, and today we'll be doing some practice with phrasal verbs. I see we have Angie and Jordi joining us. Welcome. And we also have some people joining us on YouTube. So welcome everyone, and thank you very much for being here. Also, let's give a quick thanks to the support we have backstage. Jeffrey is joining us, and Jeffrey is an italki staff member who's going to be leading the show today. So I'm not alone here. Let's give a quick thanks to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, thanks so much for doing what you do. Welcome, Juan Lu. I'm happy to see you here, and we have another small dragon. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being here with us. So I should say as well, your participation is going to be super important today. Feel free to use the chat box to write your message. Also, Jeffrey is going to be highlighting some of your comments for those of you who are joining us on YouTube. And I'll also be reading your comments here on a second screen. So thanks for taking the time to be here during your quarantine and using your time wisely. And I just want to say welcome to Erika from Ecuador. So guys, to begin, we're going to do a quick numbers challenge, just to see how you're doing with numbers. I'm going to say a number. I want you to write the number in the chat. So we'll start with something easy. Let's start just with the number 7. Write the number 7 in the chat, and let's see who gets it first. Jordi, another small dragon, Wanlu, Erika, or Angie. Who's going to get this? Write the number 7 in the chat. Number 7. Who's going to get this first? Go ahead. Number 7, write it in the box. Okay, so we have a couple of different answers there. Another small dragon, wonderful. And Jordi as well. Too easy. Okay, let's do something more difficult. 74. 74, the number is 74. Write that in the chat right now. A numbers challenge. The second number, 74. 74. And Pilar, welcome. Wanlu, Virginia, excellent. Eduardo and Erika. Okay, this is too easy. Let's do something a bit more difficult. What is this word? This often causes problems for students. 18. 18. Write that number in the chat box. 18. Hello, Eduardo. Welcome. 18. Write this in the chat. Once more. 18. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. And how about another one? 80. 80. What's that number? Write it in the chat. 80. Okay. Let's see. We've got some answers coming in. 80. Okay. Wanlu. Wanlu is my student, so of course he's going to be the first one to answer it correctly. No surprises there. Wanlu, I'll see you in just a few hours in our class together. Great job, everyone. Okay, so let's do something more difficult now. 294. 294. 294. Wanlu, you better get it right. Okay, let's see if Erika and Eduardo and Virginia can get this as well. We've got 4 people over on YouTube. Eduardo's the first one to get it now, and Pilar on the next page. Okay, 2,978. 2,978. This is the next number, 2,978. Who's going to get it first? 2,978. Attention, attention. 2,978. Elena, welcome. And Eduardo is the first one to get it on our YouTube page. All right, number 5. Ready? Here's our 5th one. This is going to be more difficult. All right, ready? Let's see who can get it first. 3,024,879. Again, 3,024,897, excuse me. Again, 3,024,897. Again, that number is 3,024,897. 3,024,897. Last time, 3,024,897. Okay, we have some correct answers and some incorrect answers. I'm going to say this again. 3,024,897. Guys, be careful with your placement of the 0. 3,024,897. Last time, 3,024,897. So I see we've got, we don't have any correct answers on YouTube yet. And in the italki page, we have a few correct answers. Jesus has written it correct. You should have 3,024,897. Yeah. So let's do another one with a 0 in it. 4,007,068. Again, the next number, 4,007,068. So we have 3 zeros in this number. Be very careful. Again, the number 4,007,068. Don't be shy, guys. Don't be shy. 4,007,068. Okay, lots of answers coming in on italki. YouTube, what happened? Erika, Eduardo. Okay, I see Eduardo has answered. And we have several correct answers on the italki page. It should be 4,007,068. So another small dragon. Nice job, Eduardo. Well done. Let's do one more. I'm starting to feel like I'm leading a game of bingo. So we'll just do one more here. 14,900,002. 14,900,002. Again, that number is 14,900,002. Okay, Eduardo, you are on a roll, my friend. Well done. So Eduardo over on YouTube has got it correct. Jordi, it looks like you've got it correct too. 14,900,002. Wanlu, almost. Wanlu, today in our class, we're going to work on numbers. All right, Jesus, well done. Jordi, hello. Is that my friend Jordi in Barcelona joining us? I sure hope so. So, well done, everyone. Like I said, I feel like I'm leading a game of bingo, so we're going to move on. Thanks for your participation, everyone. And Elena giving another correct answer there. Thank you very much. So, guys, welcome. Welcome. I'd like to know where you are from. Write your country in the chat box now. Let's see where we have people joining from. Of course, the World Wide Web. I expect that we have people from all different countries, but quite a few people from Spain. Where are you connecting from? Write your country in the chat box now. So Eduardo, welcome from Spain. Jordi, welcome from Barcelona. Pilar from Spain. We have also Jesus from Spain. Ruth, where are you joining us from? Welcome. Erika from Ecuador, welcome. Ana from Madrid. Okay. You know, I lived in Spain. I lived in Granada, and I lived in Barcelona. Do we have anyone from Andalusia? I know Juanlu is connecting from Andalusia. Anyone from Granada? Elena from Spain, welcome. Oscar, welcome back. Good to see you. Okay. Jose from Malaga. So we have another person from Andalusia, one of my favorite places in Spain. Well, welcome everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here. These, of course, are free classes, and I hope that it's something you enjoy. What a great way to use your time in quarantine. And Julia, welcome from Peru. I noticed no one from Colombia today. That's interesting. So if you're joining from Colombia, a country I love very much as well, then please give a shout out in the chat box. I think we had, who did we have from Colombia? Angie from Colombia, I believe we had. So guys, my name's Warren. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am from Tennessee in the South United States. It's a state that maybe you don't know of immediately, but you know of some things from Tennessee. For example, country music. We have lots of famous musicians. Johnny Cash is from Tennessee. Dolly Parton is from Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee, the capital of Tennessee is Music City, USA. Magda, welcome. And Jose, welcome to you as well. Oscar, welcome also. So we've got lots of famous country musicians. Everything about the music industry you can find in Tennessee. We also have something very nice other than country music. Shania Twain. I think Shania Twain is actually from Canada, ironically. But you're going to find plenty of Jack Daniel's whiskey in Tennessee because, as you can see, this is Tennessee whiskey. So aquí podemos golpear dos piedras y salen gotas de whisky. Imagínate, increíble. So we have ríos de whiskey in Tennessee. Yes. So guys, even though I live in Tennessee, in these moments, I am in Tennessee because of the quarantine. However, the last 7 years I've been living in Bogota, Colombia, where I work as a communication coach. So let me tell you a bit about my background. I'm a CELTA certified English teacher. I've got 2 degrees, both bachelors of arts, one in Spanish language studies. So I've spent lots of time studying Spanish. I know how frustrating it sometimes can be studying a foreign language. My other degree is in communication studies. So a lot of my teaching philosophy comes from this. I definitely love communication theory, knowing how people share ideas, and also a lot of the communication studies influences my teaching style. Apart from these, my teaching certification and my degrees, I'm also a British Council and Cambridge English certified IELTS trainer. I work with lots of students getting ready for exams, and it's something that I really enjoy. So as I mentioned, I'm a communication coach. What does that mean exactly? Well, I work with students who want to improve the way they communicate in English, not just to improve their grammar, vocabulary, and specific skills, but to improve the way they speak and share ideas. So I work with students who are getting ready for job interviews, also for exams like the IELTS and TOEFL, but I also love conversational classes. In fact, one of my students here, Juan Lu, is a conversational class student. We've had a wonderful time speaking together about lots of different themes. And in fact, in our last classes, I received a virtual tour of Malaga using Google Maps. So if improving the way you want to communicate in English is something you'd like to do, feel free to click on my name and see the services that I offer. I'll also tell you about a special offer that's available to those joining today. So welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, before we move on, I have one more question. I'd like for you to rank your confidence with using phrasal verbs. When you use phrasal verbs, how confident are you? And let's use a scale of 1 to 10. So we'll say that 1 is very unconfident and 10 is very confident. So write your answer now in the chat box. How confident are you when using phrasal verbs in English? So Virginia is writing, I hate them. Well, I can understand that. They are difficult. Virginia, what's your confidence? 1 to 10. Wanlu's writing a 5. I see Oscar's writing 2. Jordy mentions 5. Another small dragon, 4. Jose is a 4 as well. Virginia 4, Jose 5. So we're not very confident on how to use these verbs. They are difficult, and I hope that today's lesson helps you not only understand their use, but improve your confidence, because there's no way to use English without phrasal verbs. In fact, phrasal verbs are something that really make your English sound more comfortable. Sometimes if you avoid phrasal verbs completely, your English can sound very stale and very like a computer. So it's really crucial to use phrasal verbs in ordinary conversations, just in order to sound better and make your listener feel more comfortable. So today's goal is for you to have a better understanding of phrasal verbs and do some practice. Let's talk about what we're going to do in today's 1-hour class. First, we're going to have a brief conversation about the mechanics of phrasal verbs. How do they work and what are their parts? Then we're going to learn a few new phrasal verbs, and today we're going to focus on phrasal verbs with the preposition up. And also we will do some practice. And so I just want to highlight a comment that Wanlu is saying, that there is a good app to learn phrasal verbs. And I'm going to put this in YouTube as well. And Jeffrey, if you don't mind, after I put this comment on YouTube, could you just highlight it in the screen so that everyone sees it? So Ruth is writing 7 or 8. Okay, maybe an overestimation. Ruth, let's put your knowledge to a test. I'm really going to be depending on you guys in today's class. So we'll be putting your knowledge to the test. Thank you so much for being here, guys. And let's also say thanks to Jeffrey, who's leading the show behind the scenes. So, guys, your participation is super, super, super important. Participate by using the chat feature on either the italki page or the YouTube stream. I see we've got a really active group on the italki stream. YouTube, not so much. Oscar, Erika, and Eduardo are only 3, but we've got actually 7 people. So come on, animate. Let's get some good participation today. And YouTube, if you'd like to join us on the italki page, feel free to use this link, italki.com/istayatHome. It's the link that you'll see on the bottom of the page. So thanks for being here. Let's get started. So phrasal verbs, how do they work? A phrasal verb equals a verb plus a particle. Generally, the particle is a preposition. So for example, in this verb, bring in, which means entrar, bring is the verb and in is the particle, okay? Get on with, this means llevarse bien, yeah? Get is the verb and on with are the 2 particles. So phrasal verbs aren't limited to just one particle. They will have either 1 or 2 particles. So now I need your help. This is pretty easy. I want to see if you can identify the verb and particle in this verb, to hang out, pasar el rato. Yeah? Can you identify the phrasal verb there? Write your answer in the chat box. It says 60 seconds, but you guys are too smart. We're just going to take 30 seconds. So 30 seconds, can you write the verb in the chat box? 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead. What is the verb? What is the particle in this phrasal verb here, to hang out? 30 seconds on the clock. We've already got some interesting answers. Wanlu is correct, of course, because he's my student. Virginia has got the verb correct. Nice. Ruth, hang is the verb. Out is the particle. Over on YouTube, Sandra and Erika have gotten the verb right. Erika's also gotten the particle right. Magda, can you identify the verb and particle? Pilar, well done. Eduardo, well done. Okay, excellent. So time is up. Let's go ahead and move on. Hang, as you identified, is the verb, and the particle is out. Good, good. All right, so let's talk about the most confusing topic with phrasal verbs. So phrasal verb is a verb plus one or two particles that when they are together have one meaning, okay? So hang out are two words, right? Hang and out, but together they only mean one thing, pasar el rato, or reunir con amigos. But for example, bring. Bring means llevar or traer, depending on the situation. But when we combine that with in, bring in means entrar. So for example, let's say your dog is outside and perhaps someone says to you, can you please bring in the dog? Doesn't mean llevar, doesn't mean traer, it means entrar. Podrías entrar, entrarle al perro, por favor. Another example, take is tomar, but take out is sacar. Sally already took out the trash. Okay? Sally ya sacó la basura. Okay? Doesn't mean anything with tomar, means sacar. And Magda, well done. Thank you for your answer. Let's look at one more example of a phrasal verb. As you know, go means ir, but go off means explotar. So for example, the bomb went off at 3 a.m., explotó a las 3 de la mañana. So as we see, these are a verb plus a one or two particles that when combined don't mean two or three separate things, but mean one thing together. So last example, get, conseguir, get on with, llevarse bien. We get on with our neighbors. All right. Are you ready to practice, guys? What do you think? Type yes or no in the chat now. Ready for some practice? We're going to look now at verbs with the particle up. Juan Lu says no. Okay, I don't know about that. I think we're going to practice anyways. Let's begin. And of course, guys, if you have some kind of question, feel free to write it in the chat. And I'm a teacher. My job is to answer your questions. I'll be happy to do that. Ruth, I think that you're ready to get on with some practice, and Oscar is definitely ready. How about my friend Jordi in Barcelona? Are you ready for some practice? So what I want you to do is read this paragraph below here. There are 3 phrasal verbs. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock. Find the phrasal verbs and write them in the chat box. 2 minutes on the clock. Write the answers in the chat box. There are 3 phrasal verbs and find them. Let's read it together. Jacob always wanted to be a firefighter. So when he heard his neighbor's fire alarm go off, he knew exactly what to do. He broke into Mr. and Mrs. Smith's house and helped them get out through a window. Okay, so we have some really good, fast, correct answers. Juan Lu, who said no, answered very quickly. Okay, good. Go off, break into, and get out. Yeah, I see lots of correct answers. In fact, I see no incorrect answers. So well done, everyone. Well done. So you've done that in about 45 seconds. Nice job. So of course we have 3 different phrasal verbs. Fire alarm went off, broke into, and get out. Excellent. Well done. So ready? Let's learn some new phrasal verbs. I've done enough talking about how these work. Let's see if you can use them. Today, we're going to focus on phrasal verbs that use the particle up, okay? The particle up is what we're talking about. So, for example, break up is when a couple termina, okay? Or split up, you can also say. We're going to be focusing on verbs that use the particle up. Now, I'm going to tell you something that is not always true, but it is true most of the times. Sometimes there is a particle pattern. And we're going to talk about 4 different patterns that you might see in verbs that have the particle up. So up can indicate one of 4 things. It can mean an upward movement. Yeah, that something is moving from here to further up. For example, we left early, just as the sun was coming up. Another meaning of phrasal verbs with up can sometimes mean an increase or an improvement. For example, sales have gone up in the past year. I could also say, based on these classes, participation has gone up. Yeah, participation has gone up. More students are participating. Participation has gone up. It has improved. So a third meaning of, a third particle pattern with some phrasal verbs that use up is that it's reaching a completion or an end. We used up all the eggs when we made a cake. Se nos acabaron. Ya no hay. Yeah, ya no hay para tortilla española because we have a tortica instead. We used up all the eggs when we made a cake. And the last particle pattern of this phrasal verbs with up can mean approaching. A taxi drove up or approached. Se nos acercó, llegó. A taxi drove up just as we were thinking of ordering an Uber, so we took the taxi. So guys, these are 4 different particle patterns you're going to see with phrasal verbs with up. Phrasal verbs with up can usually indicate an upward movement, an increase or an improvement, something reaching a completion or an ending, or something that's approaching. So we're going to start with these 8 verbs. And the up in these verbs all has a meaning of an upward movement or an increase or an improvement, okay? So take note. Perhaps you want to take a screenshot. If you want to have a more challenging lesson, do not take note because the Spanish translations only appear in this slide, okay? So build up is the first verb we're going to be looking at. Cheer up is a second phrasal verb with up, okay? Grow up, for example, I grew up in the southern United States. Liven up. We're going to liven up our class with some great student participation. Put up, colgar. I have here a kite that I've purchased in Indonesia and I've put up on the wall. Shoot up can also mean disparar. So for example, mask prices, surgical mask prices have shot up even though this should be illegal. Speak up. I'm not able to hear you. Can you speak up? And stand up. Right now I'm sitting, but if I stand up, you won't be able to see me. So if anyone has any questions about these 8 verbs, ask them now. in the chat box if there's one you'd like to see an example with. Before we move on, please ask your question now. Again, the verbs we're going to be focusing on today: build up, cheer up, grow up, liven up, put up, shoot up, speak up, stand up, and that's it. Okay, so ready to move on? Remember, if you want to have an easy class, take a screenshot right now of this slide. If you want to have a more challenging class, then don't, because this is the only slide that you're going to see the Spanish translations. So I'm going to give you just 10 seconds, and then we'll switch to the next slide and begin our practice. Once more, the verbs build up, cheer up, grow up, liven up, put up, shoot up, speak up, and stand up. Okay, so Wanlu, great question. Wanlu's asking, is put up the same as tolerate? And that's true when it's put up with. Yeah. So sometimes I don't like I don't know. I don't like noise of people, but I put up with that noise. So put up with is like aguantar or tolerar, and it's something that's very similar but a little bit different because we have two particles, put and the two particles up with. Magda's giving a nice example. The president stood up for the speech. Good, good. Yes, and Jordi, hello, is writing, you should build it up. Deberías reforzarlo. Excellent. Guys, I see you're ready for some practice. All right, so here we have a sentence with a phrasal verb missing. Okay, complete the sentence using one of the verbs on the list on the right. Write your answer in the chat box. Okay, Robert, I see you have a question. Jeffrey, if you could highlight Robert's question, that would be great so everyone could see it. We'll get to your question in just a moment. So if you see this sentence, I'm not tall enough to reach. Can you this poster for me? So what is going to be our best verb to use here? Build up, cheer up, grow up, liven up, put up, shoot up, speak up, or stand up. So Jordi, almost correct. Okay, good. Good. Manuel has got it. Elena has got it. Pilar has got it. Sandra has got it. Julia has got it. Jordi has got it. Wonderful. So, guys, as you saw in the screen a moment ago, Robert asked, what's the difference between grow up and grow? Grow up is the process of madurando, yeah, of maturing, of becoming a child and going through the stages of life, having experiences that are good and bad. It refers to your maturity, right? Grow is a physical process of changing height. Yeah, so you can say the child has grown 8 centimeters this year. Yeah, the child has grown 8 centimeters, but he's really grown up. It means he's more mature. Now, we can also use grow for plants. On my balcony, I grow bamboo because I really think bamboo is super cool. So grow we can use for height and for plants. And grow up refers to maturity. And Alex is saying shoot up if that's related to a gun. We wouldn't use that for a gun. However, shoot means disparar. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Guys, and of course, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Let's move on to another question. Complete the sentence here using one of the verbs from this list. The sentence is, why are you so miserable? Things can't be that bad. Why are you so miserable? Phrasal verb. Things can't be that bad. So what's the best way we can complete this idea? Why are you so miserable? Things can't be so bad. Okay, I see we have some answers coming in. Juan Lu, well done. Alex, well done. Ruth and Elena, excellent job. How about on YouTube? Sandra and Robert, excellent job. Jordi joining us, and Manuel also giving the correct answer. Why are you so miserable? Cheer up. Things can't be that bad. And I think I made that a little bit too easy because I accidentally clicked to this slide. So I'm sorry about that. Let's try another one. Okay. So complete this sentence with a phrasal verb here. When the school principal came in, most of the students blank, but a few remained seated. Now, bonus points for getting the correct tense. Virginia, you typed too fast. Okay, Sandra, you typed too fast. Guys, when the principal, look at your other verbs here, came in. So this is simple past. Yeah, we're going to have to put our verb here, which all of you have identified as stand up, well done, in the past. So, cayeron a mi trampa. Okay, some of you, but most of you did very well. And those of you who fell into the trap corrected yourselves. So well done. Most of the students stood up, but a few remained seated. Okay, let's move on to another sentence. Ready? The party was really boring, so I suggested some games to it up. The party was really boring, so I suggested some games to it. So what can we say here? What phrasal verb can we use? And I'm happy to see that Juan Lu has given a good, correct answer. Ruth as well. Eduardo and Erika also. Erika, check your spelling there. Robert, well done. Pilar as well. Richie, give it another try. Manuel and Elena and another small dragon. Very good job. So, of course, liven it up means to darle vida a algo. So I hope that this class perhaps livens up another boring day of quarantine. Yeah. By the way, if you feel like you want to have a challenge, how are you livening up your quarantine? What are you doing to liven it up? I'm trying to learn a new instrument. I'm trying to learn the mandolin. How are you livening up your quarantine? Write it in the chat if you feel that this is an easy exercise. So, as all of you found, the party was really boring, so I suggested some games to liven it up. Great. All right, let's do one next practice here with up. What phrasal verb best completes this idea? After a long illness, it takes some time to blank your strength. So Juan Lu and Alex, I love your examples, especially Juan Lu's example, but I want you to use liven up in that sentence. Yeah, so write a complete sentence with liven up. And let's also take a look at this practice. What phrasal verb is going to best complete this idea? After a long illness, it takes some time to blank your strength. Okay, good. After a long illness, it takes some time to, and I see lots of correct answers here, build up your strength. So Erika is asking a question that I think is a really nice question. Erika asks, what about this? Yeah, how do I know when to put the preposition, the pronoun between the verb and the particle? When you have a pronoun like it has to be a sandwich. To liven it up, you cannot say to liven up it. Okay, so if the pronoun, if the pronoun is an object of this verb, you need to make a sandwich, which is something we're going to be speaking about in tomorrow's class. I have another phrasal verbs workshop tomorrow at the same time, same place. So Erika, I really recommend join tomorrow. Anyone else has this question, feel free to join tomorrow, and we'll be speaking more about placement when we have a pronoun as the object and when we have a noun as the object. Erika, I'd like to challenge you also, pay attention to the examples today to see if you can notice the pattern. There are 3 different options. This sandwich is one of them. So perhaps with the examples, you can find the find the pattern. But that's something we'll be speaking about in tomorrow's phrasal verb workshop. So after a long illness, it takes some time to build up your strength. Well done, everyone. And Eduardo, thanks for your example there. I liven up the quarantine playing some board games. So Eduardo, by the way, are you using Zoom to play board games, perhaps with people? I think this is something I'm trying to organize with my friends, is a Monopoly game. It could be something interesting to do with some students as well. So very good example, Eduardo. Let's continue with our practice. Are you guys ready? Okay, good. So complete this sentence using a verb at the right. She's a bit hard of hearing. That's a polite way of saying deaf. She's a bit hard of hearing. So you're going to have to what? You're going to have to what? So Manuel has already got the answer correct. Wonderful. Good job. And Ruth has got it as well. Alex and another dragon. Robert, thank you. Erika as well. Good job. Pilar, check your spelling. Good job. Nice correction, Pilar. And Elena as well. Oscar also has it good. So Juan Lu has asked a really nice question. I'm going to type it in YouTube so that Jeffrey can share it with all of us. Juan Lu has asked, is it possible to say build your strength up? And it absolutely is. You want to build your strength up. That's the second option. So if we have not a pronoun, but the actual noun, we can also make a sandwich. So the 3 different ways we can say that are build your strength up, build up your strength, or build it up. Build it up. Okay? Excellent. And guys, remember, if you have questions, feel free to write them in the chat box, and I will see them as I have a second screen here. Okay. One more practice, as we have still plenty of time. I was born in Washington, but I'm in New York. What phrasal verb can we use here? I was born in Washington, but I'm in New York. All right. I see we have some we have everyone is getting the correct verb. Only some people are getting the past tense correct. So try again. Are you confident in your answer? If not, take a moment to modify it. So Erika, a nice modification there. Robert, you also have it correct. Juan Lu, hello. Pilar, double check yours. Another small dragon, my friend, I believe you've got a typo there. Elena, check the time. Ruth, Alex, Virginia, Angie, and Richie, welcome. Everyone's getting this correct. Wonderful. Good job, guys. I was born in Washington, but I grew up in New York. Excellent. All right. We've got one more with this set of verbs, just one more, and then we're going to do a second set of verbs with the particle up. Who likes strawberries? They're my favorite fruit. The weather has been so bad that the price of strawberries has... The weather has been so bad that the price of strawberries has... What's the most appropriate phrasal verb with up there? Ruth is on a ball now. Ruth, excellent job on the phrasal verb workshop. Nice job there. Okay, Virginia, check your spelling. Remember, the weather, this apostrophe S is the present perfect, so it's has been so bad. Okay, another small dragon, nice job. Erika also getting it correct, well done. Erika, Oscar, try again. Another small dragon, check the time. Yeah, very creative names, guys. You're making me say a lot of syllables. Another, I'm just going to call you another now, not another small dragon. Robert, well done. Elena, double check your time, not shoot up, and Richie as well. Remember, since we're talking about something in the past here, the weather has been, right? We need to have this in the simple past. So the weather's been so bad that the price of strawberries has shot up. So well done to everyone here. Some of you fell in my trap. We're going to do 8 more before we close for today. Let's see how well you do. All right, 8 more verbs with up. Remember, if you want an easy lesson, take a screenshot. If you want a bit more of a challenge, then don't, because this is the only time we're going to see these verbs with a Spanish translation, okay? So all these verbs can be used with or without up, but when we use them with up, the up or the particle intensifies the meaning of the verb. So all of these you can use with or without up, but when you use them with up, the meaning is intensified. So let's take a look at our set of verbs, but first an example. Fill means llenar, but fill up could mean llenar hasta no caber más. For example, fill up, llenar totalmente. Yeah, heal up, heal up. Cicatrizar. Hurry up, darse prisa. So of course we can say hurry as well, but hurry up, it's more intense. Yeah, it has a more intense meaning. Lock up. This is not such a nice word, but it means for like a prisoner. Meter entre rejas. Yeah, lock up. Meter entre rejas. Ring up. So of course we can say ring, yes, but also ring up, llamar por teléfono a alguien. I see we have another person joining in YouTube. Welcome. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but welcome. Where are you joining us from? Ring up, llamar por teléfono a alguien. Save up, ahorrar. Ahorrar, yes. We can also say save to mean ahorrar, but this is a more intense. And seal up, sellar, o cerrar heréticamente. And tidy up. The last verb we'll be working with in this set of verbs is organizar or arreglar. And then, okay, let's go ahead. We have only like 12 minutes left, so we're going to have to do these ones a bit faster. Remember to write your answers in the chat box. Okay. Why are you walking so slowly? We'll have to blank or we will be late. Yeah. Why are you walking so slowly? We'll have to blank or we will be late. Manuel, good. Ruth, nice. Eduardo also doing really well. Alex, well done. Richie, nice job. So, as you all said, why are you walking so slowly? We'll have to blank, we'll have to hurry up, or we'll be late. Yeah, good. Let's do one more. You've got my number, so you can me if you have any problems. And Manuel, I see rush. We don't have rush up. That doesn't exist. But rush is a meaning of hurry up. Ruth, well done. Let's see on YouTube. Okay, Sandra, nice job. Richie, nice job. Erika, nice job. Angie, wonderful. Alex, hello. Pilar, excellent job. You've got my number, so you can ring me up if you have any problems. Excellent. So let's continue. It was a deep wound, so it took some time to blank. Eduardo is writing, hurry up, or you won't have enough time to finish the class. Not something to tell to your teacher, Eduardo. Not something to tell to your teacher. Okay, it was a deep wound, so it took some time to... good. I'm seeing lots of good answers. Another well done. Alex, well done. Robert, Erika, well done. Excellent, excellent. So here, heal up. Heal up. It was a deep wound, so it took some time to heal up. All right, let's do another practice here. It's a long ride home, so remember to blank the car's gas tank before you go. It's a long ride home, so remember to blank the gas tank before you go. What phrasal verb best suits this sentence? It's a long ride home, so remember to blank the car's gas tank before you go. All right, I'm seeing a couple of different answers. Fill up, heal up, lock up, save up. Sounds like we're not so confident with this one. So guys, I'm going to ask you, if you've already written your answer, write your answer again, because we have lots of different answers on this one. It's a long ride home, so remember to blank the car's gas tank before you go. And Manuel, no, refill wouldn't be one. Refill is something that you do like for a drink. So I have some water here. When I drink all my water, I should refill my glass, but it's not something we would do with a gas tank. So now I'm seeing some more answers coming in, and in the end, the correct answer is going to be fill up. Yeah, remember fill up. Fill, of course, is llenar. So fill up would be llenar totalmente hasta que no quepa más. Yeah, to fill until no more fits. It's a long ride home, so remember to fill up the car's gas tank before you go. Well done, everyone. If anyone has a question on this particular verb, feel free to write your question in the chat. So let's do a few more here. If you're worried about things falling out of the box, you should use some strong tape to blank it. So Eduardo writes, you are filling us up with so many phrasal verbs, we won't be able to remember. Eduardo, book a class with me, and we can review these phrasal verbs together. We can take a look at them. And also, if anyone would like for me to send you a list of these verbs, you can send me a message. You don't have to book a class with me. I would love to see one of you in class, but if you'd like for me just to send you a list of these 16 verbs, just go to my profile. We'll write a link to my profile at the end of class, and you can send me a message. Just say, hey, I was in your live streaming class, and I'd like to get a list of the verbs. So if you feel like you're overwhelmed or it's too much information, just write me a message. I'll be happy to send you these 16 verbs, as well as a link to this presentation if you'd like. It would be my pleasure. So I have a couple of different answers here. What do you see happening in the picture? Maybe that's going to help you. I'm going to give you a hint. It is not tidy up. So since we're running short on time, let's go ahead and look at the answer. Some of you are correct, some no. If you're worried about things falling out of the box, you should use some strong tape to seal it up. So seal it up is like cerrar totalmente. Yeah, good. All right, let's do one more. He was such a dangerous prisoner that they him in a room and put a guard outside. What is the best phrasal verb here? He was such a dangerous prisoner that they him in a room and put a guard outside. And Wanlu, I see you're making a point that lock up, which is interesting because we're in a lock down. Join in another class. I have 12 more live stream classes this month, and we'll be doing one on phrasal verbs with down. Perhaps we'll learn the verb lock down. The truth is, in classes, I try to avoid these COVID themes because it just is terrible. And so perhaps our classes can always be a mental vacation, 1 hour together where we just kind of escape from this bad news. So lots of really good answers coming in. Everyone seems to get it really, really well. He was such a dangerous prisoner that they locked him up in a room and put a guard outside. Okay, let's see if we can get through these 8 before time goes, because we've only got a few minutes left together. We're going to have to hurry up. She was finally able to buy the bicycle after she'd enough money. So be careful with your verb tense here. Good, Virginia. Good, Virginia. Manuel, almost. And Eduardo, I know you're kidding. It's just a wonderful example of the verb. So Richie, well done. Ruth, well done. Pilar, check your verb tense. Hello, nice job. Robert and Oscar as well. She was finally able to buy the bicycle after she'd saved up enough money. Okay, let's do another one. You'll be able to find everything if you blank your room. You'll be able to find everything if you blank your room. So what is the best answer here? I see Ruth is writing. Manuel, nice job. Virginia, nice. Pilar as well. And nice job, everyone. Alex also has gotten it correct. Good. You'll be able to find everything if you tidy up. And Richie, Robert, and Erika also, nice job. So this is too easy. We're going to do something in our next class that's a bit more challenging. So let me tell you how you can join in the next class. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing another class at the same time, 5 o'clock Spain, 11 o'clock Eastern United States, 10 a.m. Colombia. I think it's 6 p.m. in Russia. So thanks for joining. And Jeffrey, if you could put my presentation back on the slide, on the how we had it, I'd appreciate it. Because we're going to continue our lesson, and I have actually an announcement, a special offer for you guys. Anyone who's joining here and would like to have, thanks Jeffrey, would like to have a one-on-one lesson, I've got a special offer for new students in my profile. If you look on my profile, you'll see 6 different types of lessons. And I know that you only have 3 trial classes when you join as a student on italki. So if you're interested in taking a one-on-one lesson, why not take your first one at a discounted rate? So if you go to my classes, you'll see class type number 2 is a first class for new students. For only $10, we can have a one-on-one class. I can learn more about your background as well as your goals and have the opportunity for us to talk on a one-on-one basis about the different types of services that I offer here on italki. As well, if you would like just to get a list of the phrasal verbs we've worked on today, feel free to go to my profile. Jeffrey has a link to it. And I would love to be in touch with you over messages and can send you a list of the verbs or a link to this presentation if you'd like. So guys, we're going to go ahead and close today. Thanks so much for joining. I'll type a link to my profile in the YouTube comments. You can ask Juan Lu also for his feedback on my classes. He's been a student that's been a pleasure to work with, as all of the students I've had here on italki. So guys, be well, stay safe, and smarten up. Yeah, if you're going out, smarten up. Stay inside, and I look forward to seeing everyone here. Let's give a thanks also to Jeffrey, who's been running the show on the back end. Thanks, Jeffrey, for all your help. And guys, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 5 o'clock here. Take care. Bye-bye.